What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $300 million according to CoinGecko. Cardano crushes another nice poll, this time by Paul Barron, with over 4,200 votes, more than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana combined. So, albeit prices are down, again, we see the continued social dominance and mind share that ADA has. Great to see this. Grayscale ranks Cardano as 9th in their top 10 crypto assets for 1 week returns. And lest we forget that Grayscale has 2 ETF ETP products that are pending approval that include Cardano. Coinbase Wrapped ADA, cbADA, surpasses 4 million ADA total supply minted and over 21,000 total transactions. So just a few days and we're already climbing, and you guys can check out the proof of reserves, already more than 4 million ADA in the total reserve. And this number will continue to climb, and we continue to see more and more DEXs integrate cbADA, more and more incentive programs, PancakeSwap, another one, highlighting cbADA in its weekly liquidity pools spotlight. So good to see more and more users adding liquidity. I already see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC pairings on PancakeSwap. We saw that Aerodrome went live, and more base DEXs and platforms will continue to integrate this. And it's just good because it adds more buy pressure on Coinbase to accumulate more. And at the same time, at the end of the day, it cross-pollinates more and more transactions, users. So it's a good thing. Nice to see. Charles Hoskinson says we got Leios, Hydra, Midnight, and Bitcoin DeFi alongside governance, security, and decentralization. Bitcoin DeFi is indeed the largest opportunity. Charles says we are at the nexus of amazing innovation. Cardano is best positioned to capture the next $1 trillion of growth. Charles says Rare Evo will be one of the most important events to discuss how to correct governance issues, add delegated executive authority to the Constitution, start a sovereign wealth fund, and showcase all the remarkable innovation. This is fantastic because Charles knows that there are some pain points with governance, in particular, getting the ball moving faster and having some sort of executive CEO roles, right? How exactly that will look like, I'm not sure. And also, stablecoin issuance is very low, and that's part of the sovereign wealth fund, which includes BTC as well, to prime some BTC, get the yield products going correctly. So I'm really happy that Charles knows where the pain points are and how to solve them. I'm very bullish, and also we know that Bitcoin DeFi is massive when it comes to narrative, so all good stuff. Lark Davis says Cardano is a diehard community of absolute believers, really reinforcing Cardano's social dominance. And he goes on to say, I'm a big Cardano fan. I like Charles. I like what ADA's trying to achieve. It's all great stuff. And he has also addressed the pain points when it comes to TVL, users, transactions, and especially stablecoin issuance. And that's why I'm very confident that Charles is going to spearhead a lot of solutions. And I'm optimistic that, albeit there are some pain points with Cardano, there are many ways to solve it and correct it. Input-output, Cardano Foundation, and FluidTokens will host a research-led discussion on tokenomics design, rewards sharing and incentives, and stablecoins for the future of the Cardano ecosystem very soon, Tuesday, July 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to try to attend that as well, and I'm very excited that they've opened it up. So everything's linked below. Registrations are open if you'd like to register for it. The Shawn Ryan Show. So this podcast may drop as early as July 7th, so we're going to wait and see. He has a massive following. I think it's something like over 4 million followers just on YouTube alone. So pretty quiet day, guys. What else is going on? Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. In 21 years, he says, you'll wish you'd bought more. Well, it's good. I mean, more Bitcoin supply shock is good for triggering altcoin season as well. Texas Governor Abbot signs law making gold and silver legal tender in day-to-day financial transactions. That's bullish. Finally, President Trump says interest rates should be at 1 to 2%. I think that's reasonable. I think that it's really more advanced and more complex now. It's not as simple as just like interest rates went down, altcoin season is here. There's definitely a lot of variables. I do think that rates will go down, and I think that is probably going to be around autumn. I don't think it's going to be like a July type of interest rate cut. So guys, ADA is down 558. Volume is very dry at like under $400 million, though I'm confident that we're getting some sort of capitulation. I think we're in real time witnessing capitulation, and you don't get an altcoin season until most of even the strongest believers give up. That's just the way it is. So right now, ADA at 558. I will accumulate more if I see us trend down towards 51 cents. Bitcoin at 107.4. Not bad. Bitcoin dominance very high, 65.5. And I don't see this tumbling anytime soon just because the Bitcoin narrative is so strong. When we see the rotation and when we see Bitcoin dominance tumble, is probably going to be along the likes of Bitcoin finally reaching a point where psychologically people say, you know what, that's the top for this cycle. We're not going to get any more gains. And then they rotate into ADA, XRP, so on and so forth. So I got my eyes on ADA. I got my eyes on XRP. If I see ADA touch 51 cents, I think that's a definitive buy. I don't think we're going to go below this local floor, but anything's possible. So guys, pretty slow day. I just want to give a shout out to these base platforms that are, integrating and showcasing the Wrapped ADA. And so I'm excited that this has gone live now for a few days. Let me know, guys, what are you most excited about? I'm trying to do my best to showcase as much in the ecosystem. Going to make an effort to cover Nuvola and some more platforms as well in the Cardano ecosystem. So stay positive, guys. I know patience is one of the hardest things. Smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.